Use these players. This is, of course, Game 2 of the final of AntecAttack number 23. I am SC2 England, and my co-caster is Pewee. Hi, Pewee!
Hey guys.
So,
Hello.
being Game 2, that means Game 1 went to Revival after a failed 8-pool all-in from Roof. Roof is the purple Zerg in the top left, and Revival is the pink Zerg in the lower right. So,
Yeah, and nothing has happened as of yet, so it looks like we could have a more standard game.
yeah, they're both getting Overlords at 9, which is what you tend to do, so no crazy pull before Overlords, which is really all-in territory. It'd be really funny if both of them went for like a 15 hatch this game.
Yeah.
Because we were joking around in the streamer chat before this that basically we could get to the point where everyone was like, oh, it's a ZvZ final, at least it'll be quick. And someone has jinxed it clearly by saying, oh, we'll get a massive macro ZvZ where we get to like Broodlords and it never ends for like 4 hours or something ridiculous. If that happens, I'm blaming them.
Yeah. And at the moment, 14-14, nothing thrown down. So it looks like a hatch first.
It almost certainly will be. I mean, you can go for a 15 pull, but
Oh, we have a pull from Revival.
a hatchery from Roof, which is going to put him ahead. Basically.
Yes.
Very quite comfortably ahead, actually.
Unless,
So,
of course, Revival goes for some sort of aggro play.
he would do, but I mean, if you're getting an aggro player, Zerg, you almost
You have the
definitely see
gas.
a gas first. The only build which doesn't have a gas first, which is a lot of pressure, is where you actually go for a 15 hatch, a 15 hatch 14 pull, but you don't actually make any drones at the natural. You just purely pump Zerglings.
Ah, okay, I know the one. And there's the hatchery for Revival as well. So
I mean, what both players need to do, especially Roof, if you go hatch first, the way to be safe is your first 50 gas you spend on a Baneling nest rather than speed. Because then if you do come up against a lot of Zerglings, you can defend it.
yes, because you can't defend. You can't defend against speedlings with just zerglings, or you can, but it's a lot harder and it requires more zerglings and stuff like that. So it's just easier to get Bane in and blow them to crap.
Both players are doing actually really similar builds, essentially. Aside from a pull first as opposed to hatch first, both getting the gas up at a similar time. And, well, we will see Revival is ahead slightly. That's purely because he's got the Queen out earlier, is essentially what it is.
Yep.
But that'll change very quickly because the hatchery is now up for Roof. And Pewee, who's your money on in this game?
Revival.
Revival?
Still a revival, yeah. It's Koreans.
You reckon it's going to be
Crazy.
a flat out 2-0 going into Game 3? Do you reckon Revival's going to 3-0 this series? It is a best of 5 after all.
There is a possibility that because it is ZvZ, it's a mirror matchup. There's it's not as guaranteed the better player will always win because there's a few mind games and stuff that go into it. But yeah, like Revival's just he's gone to the finals how many times, and I believe this is Roof's first time in the finals.
Yeah.
So
But it is worth pointing out the AntecAttack is for €200, which is split between first and second place as 125.75. So both these players have won at least €75 tonight, which is no small amount.
no, it's it's you get to play against great players. Like the last games we've seen were epic. That's some good practice for these guys. And then at the end of it, each of these players gets paid for this, and one of them gets slightly more. So
I do actually believe
Win-win.
€75 is above minimum wage in England for a day's pay,
I believe so.
which isn't bad at the end. Ultimately,
No.
for a couple of
Well,
hours
so
work.
far we're 5 hours into this. So far it's €15 an hour, which is about like it's about 12-13 pound, isn't it?
Yeah,
So yeah,
good pay.
and that's second.
Yeah.
First place is a little
First
more.
is even a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
Should we
it's like
test your
20
maths, Pewee? But we do have a lair coming out from Roof, actually, back to the game. He's also got the third and fourth gas coming down, but this Spine Baning nest out of Revival, he's going to go for a lot of Banelings, I reckon.
It's 24, by the way.
24?
Yeah, 100. No, actually, sorry, 100. No, it's spot on 25.
€25 an hour.
Yeah, because it's 25 times 25. It's 125.
Well done, Pewee. We
I
do
thought
have
I was
Spines coming
120.
down here, and Roof
Ooh.
is gearing up for looking like he's going to be going for a 2-base muta play.
And Revival's got a third, really fast actually.
Yeah. Which, to be honest, the reason I suspect it's going to be 2-base muta is because there's so many spines coming down. You only get that
Yeah.
many spines if you need to be defended from a ground army, and you only need to be defended from a ground army if you're going for air.
Yes.
But we do
And
have,
full gas.
well, Revival just getting a couple of banelings up for defensive purposes, but, well, 2 spines actually cancelled there.
Probably because he realizes that the third is
Yeah,
there,
so he knows he's safe.
For a
pretty good.
moment,
There
there's
goes
the
the
spire.
spire, so, yeah.
So yeah, it's a good call there. You are correct. And now, of course, because I assume the meta game is like Roof is like, oh, okay, he's going for this, so he's going to be very, very defensive. So I don't need as much, defense as myself because I can have some freedom on the map.
Well, it's not only that, it's also that the Muta play is good when the third comes down, because essentially it just means that you're going to have a bit of a tough time. And, well, one baneling getting picked off. Don't want to send all the Zerglings in. For a second there, I thought all those Zerglings were going to go around the baneling, and I was just going to be like, no! But we do have a baneling go down to a Zergling. That's a very, very nice play. We've got 2 banelings on 2 banelings. We've got 1 baneling with 1 HP. This is all pretty intense. This is just literally the Zergling micro, but it looks like Roof's going to be able to take down this third base very nicely. He's just switched into pumping a lot of Zerglings. And if he knocks down that third base, that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and he does as well. So really nice pick off there by Roof.
And he even somehow gets the Zerglings out and is now going to go for the natural.
There is 1 spine crawler and a queen, but he should be able to get the. No, he just runs straight into the natural, and he actually has Zerglings in the main already, and the
Picks
queen
up
is
a
dead.
queen. Baneling's
Got
morphing in already, and
Yep.
of course things are going to take so long to get up. There's so many drones getting taken off, and Roof could take it here. He's got Mutas coming in behind this as well. This harassment is going to really throw Revival off.
And yeah, we have a solid 9 Mutalisks, and there's still so many ultra Zerglings in here. 20 harvesters killed.
That is sick. That takes the work count 29 to 43 in Roof's favour.
And we have 2 more spines at the natural for Roof, so he may want to add on 1 or 2 more, I'd
The
say.
Mutas are coming over. The other important thing to note is obviously the Queen was knocked down in the main, which basically means there's only 1 Queen on the field for Revival, which means there's only 1 thing that can shoot up, and that is Queen. One of
Yes.
them. Which won't engage well, but...
In my opinion, it's about. Shouldn't he go for the roaches? Like, I'm not ZvZ, so.
No,
shouldn't he
he's
go for
fine.
the
There's
roaches?
not enough roaches. There's so many spines coming down as well
Okay,
that the flood of
he's got more
Zerglings
and
will
more.
hold it. And now he's best just going to try and do as much damage as he can. But with the Zerglings and spines watching Roof space, he's absolutely fine. More the Mutas doing queuing.
Good game.
Well,
They're ending the game.
winning.
That's what they're doing.
is what they're doing.
Yeah.
So we're going to game 3, and it's 1 apiece.